Hello, it's Amy from Seriously Sweet and Cookie Snack Attack. It is Tuesday, April 12th. I hope all of you are doing well today. Let's see. Wonderful. Okay, it looks like everything is up. So let me just take this banner off and we are going to go ahead and talk really quickly about what we're going to be doing tonight. And then I'm going to show you how to prep your cookie for tonight, okay? We are going to be doing our watering can from our spring series. Cutters available under special offers from the special offer section, and then Seriously Sweet on the Dots and Bows website. But you can use any watering can that you already own. It does not have to be that specific cutter, okay? And I just wanted to give you a quick heads up. The Unplugged Cookie Decorating Retreat that we're holding at Shenandoah National Park is scheduled for May 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. But today is the last day to call in directly to Tasha to reserve your room and get 40% off the resort rates. So if you're thinking about attending with us, go ahead and take care of that today. There is a post in the Cookie Snack Attack group that you can go ahead and reserve your room directly with Tasha. She'll take care of that for you. There's about 5 or 6 different rooms and variability on variables rather for number of beds and levels of rooms. So she can talk you through that today. She's there until 3. And then the registration link is open for anyone that has signed up that already has their room. You can go to the registration link and go ahead and pay for your registration for the actual cookie retreat. Rebecca, hello, hello. It's nice to be back on live, but I have to keep them short. I had 4 hours. Hey, how are you? Hi, Debbie. Hello there. Hi, Pat. Hi, Kelly. I had 4 hours yesterday where I found this perfect position. Hey, Barbara, how are you? It is showing. I found this perfect position to sit in with back supports so that I could be pain-free. My arm was not numb. My hand was not numb. It was fabulous. And I told a couple of my friends last night, I was really like, I sat there as long as possible because it was the first time in weeks that I'd had absolutely no pain. But I was afraid to get up to even go to the restroom because I was afraid as soon as I got up, I was going to be in pain again. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. But at least I had 4 hours where I could think, work on my computer a little bit and make some plans. So it was good. It was okay. I hate that I missed you guys last Tuesday, but I couldn't figure out a way to prop my laptop above my head while I was laying on the floor. And what a sight that would have been if the laptop had fallen anyway, even if I had managed to figure it out, right? All right, so we're going to do this super cute watering can. I really did miss you guys, though. It was very hard to not be on live with you all last week. If you ordered the cutters from Dots and Bows and you got one of the first rounds of cutters, hi, Dee Dee. The cutters had the insets, and I quickly realized when I baked my cookies that it made it really hard to get them out of the cutters. So I believe that Miss Carrie redid those for me. And so if you ordered later than the very first couple of days, then your cutter is just the outline of my design because it is a watering can I sketched based off an antique watering can that I own. Yours will be full. So just take a quick look at mine to see what we're going to do with regard to the icing. And then I'll be ordering one of the ones that doesn't have those little inset pieces because that's going to keep it a little easier to actually make these. And I am making these a couple of weeks for a wedding. They're doing an outdoor wedding and they want florals and watering cans and some hexagons and some things like that to go on their dessert table. So that's going to be really fun. Hello there. How are you today? Hi, Sally. How are you today? Hi. Hey, Pamela. So guys, it is not too late to join us for the Unplugged retreat. This is my last plug for it. Now you can join us anytime. You can register anytime up until like 3 days before the event because the cookies are the last thing that are being made. The cookies we're going to decorate. So I would need a good count for that. But the room rate, if you're coming, you need to get the room reserved because the room discount is only good through today, April 12th. They extended it a few days. It's only good for the 40% off the resort rate through today. So the room's the issue. Now, if you don't mind paying full amount on your room and you need to wait a little bit later to see if you're coming, that's fine with me. It's just you won't be able to get the discount on the room. And it's a really good discount. So if you're thinking of coming, go ahead and get that taken care of. I'm super excited about this retreat. We have all kinds of extra activities planned that coordinate with our cooking adventures. So there's all kinds of things available for you to do. And we've heard from several people. There's at least a half a dozen people from the main group coming in early. So we're going to be going to Luray Caverns and to a nice inn over in Luray on Monday, May 9th to tour the Luray Caverns and then have a nice late lunch, early dinner off the mountain. And then the rest of the time we'll be up on the mountain with all kinds of crazy fun activities. So we have all kinds of things going on. So I'm super excited for that. And I hope that you guys, if you're on the fence about coming, please join us. It's the first one. We hope it's going to be a yearly event and we would love to have you there with us. All right. So today I want to show you 2 photos of watering cans. These are old French style watering cans. And you see the finish on this can, how this is actually a copper watering can that has aged. So it has that natural green patina to it. So that's the look we're going to go for today on the cookie that I'm going to show you how to do. However, most antique watering cans in America were not made with copper. They're just a metal base, so they rust, or at least the newer ones. Like I have one that is very, very, very old. That's a French watering can, and it's copper, and it's got that natural green patina, but it's super, super old. My American watering cans that I have are probably 85 years old. So old, but not as old as my copper-based one. So if you don't have terracotta food gel, or the other couple of things I'm about to show you, and you want to do this just more like a rustic watering can. This is still old style watering can here that you're looking at, but it's going to have a rust undertone rather than that copper undertone. Okay, I'll explain what I mean in just a minute when we get going. But I just wanted you to have 2 of these to look at. We're going to be doing this today and tonight. All right, let's see. Hello, how are you? All right, so what I have in front of you is just something fun to also get us some cool texture. And let's see. If I told you all the things that have been going on the last 4 days, you guys would not even believe me. And not the least of which, but the scariest. Well, aside from my arm being numb, that's pretty frightening to me because I need it in order to bake and decorate and lift things and all of that, right? Hey, Lorraine, that's been pretty scary. But on the technology front, yesterday something happened. I was trying to upload my additional tutorials for sale, and I guess I just uploaded so much stuff yesterday because I hadn't been on for a few days. That I don't know. Maybe they thought it was someone else or I had been hacked or something, but they locked my account and it took me over 5 hours to get my Facebook account unlocked. So you guys could still see what was up there, but I couldn't access anything. So instead of continuing with the tutorial upload, I just stopped. The boyfriend gnome, if you want to do the boyfriend gnome class, it's pre-recorded. It's on the website. It coordinates with the Maddie Lane piece that I did this past weekend in Cookieathon. But today I'll be uploading. I'm going to wait till this afternoon. I'm waiting to hear back about something else to do with these countdown videos from the Facebook team. And this afternoon, I'll be uploading the 3D garden cart. So we'll have that one uploaded. And then tomorrow, I'm going to do the two-sided. I'll upload the two-sided gnome. But I had to slow it down. And I don't want to trigger this close to my account being locked. I can't risk triggering it getting locked again because if they lock it, it's a permanent lock and you can't get back in it. So yesterday, I don't know what went on, but they were able to verify that it was actually me. And another thing that I got back, you guys, just in case you are on social media a lot, make sure you have photos of yourself in your pictures and in your profile picture, if at all possible, because I had to provide proof that it was me in the videos and that it was me on my Facebook profile. And then I had to provide from an outside source a photo that matched those photos that was recent. So it was quite an experience, a little frightening on the technology front. Thank goodness everything's also over on YouTube. That would have just been, frightening. But say hello over in the comments if you haven't. We're going to jump in and talk about our project, and then we'll go for this morning because these will need to set up so that you'll be ready to do the painting tonight. But what I have here is just Americolor terracotta gel paste in a flood consistency, flood outline combined consistency. If you follow me on the regular, that's about an 18-second icing. I use it for both things. You don't have to. If you want to make a separate outline consistency, if you really like that detail of that very high rounded outline showing before you fill everything in, that's fine. That doesn't affect anything that we're doing today. Just giving this a little massage because I mixed it up last night. I have to break everything down into small bits because it's 20 minutes in a chair and then I have to be up and walking around for about an hour. So I'm getting my steps in, Cindy Broussard. If you're here, my steps are happening. All right, Cutter is from Dots and Bows. If any of my admins are on, although I don't see Jennifer, if you're on and you want to drop a link in to the Dots and Bows page where you can get these cutters, today is the watering can. So my base color is going to be terracotta because I want a lighter color than copper. And then either one of these will work for what we're going to do tonight. If you have either of these sterling pearls, either the rust or the copper, I personally love how the rust looks over the terracotta, but you might want yours a little lighter or a little truer to an actual copper color. So either one of these, you only need one. And what we'll be doing is we're going to create a texture on this cookie today, pop it in the dehydrator, leave it there until tonight. Tonight, I'll peel the parchment off that we're going to create that hammered look with. I'm going to tell you another way you can create the hammered look if you don't have a dehydrator and you don't want to do the parchment technique. I'll tell you something else that you can do on these that's pretty quick, that'll work very easily. And then for tonight, you'll need some white and then either dollar eucalyptus, which is a nice light sage green type color. It's like the felty eucalyptus or lamb's ear plants. And then rose leaf. You could, if you don't have these dry colorings, you could do something similar, like you could do avocado and rose leaf in gel colorings. Because what we're going to do is use a little paint palette, just put a tiny bit of white icing in each of the wells, mix our colors up, and then I'm going to show you a final technique to create that last level to the hammered look on the watering can. Now, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but there will be no candy on this cookie. Thank you, Barbara, for dropping that link in, and Sally, thank you, and Lorraine. Yeah, the terracotta Sally is one of my favorites this time of year. It just does so many things. It's good for so many underlayers in the projects too. But there will be no candy and no diamond dust unless you guys choose to add it to maybe like a fondant bit or a fondant or modeling chocolate flour and add it. So don't be disappointed, but today's going to be a lot more about technique, okay? So just have 1 or 2 shades of green. You'll need a soft dusting brush to put your sterling pearl on. So I just keep these soft, they're like blusher brushes. This is, see how soft that is? So I'll be dusting using this tonight to dust on my rust or my copper, whichever one I go with. And then you need just something. You can even use a paper plate tonight, you guys. You just need a little bit of white icing and then 2 shades of the green, but try to keep it to that green that looks like this patina, just in case you're joining us late. Get get greens that will make this dark green and this light green from actual, what it looks like when copper actually ages. Okay. So that's what we're going to be looking for tonight. And then a piece of parchment paper, and crinkled up, the finer the better, because we're working on a small scale palette here, right? This is a small palette. So we don't want big chunky pieces, because on an actual full-size watering can, like a galvanized watering can or a hand hammered watering can, it would have very small indentions on the can. So just, you see, I'm just crisping it up and getting down to that very fine, right? Just making sure it's fine. Make sure you have a piece that's large enough for your entire watering can. If not, have 2 pieces ready to go. And then one of the things I like to do is I like to rip off the piece that I do the nozzle with. I like to do that separate, and then this part all together, just because it's just a little easier. And I don't really worry about that handle that much, or this handle. It's just for the body and then the neck of this. But I just find it easier to have the 2 pieces on there, and I find it easier to do this first because I can line this up. So when it dries, it already has natural definition between the neck of the watering can and the body. Hope that makes sense. I don't know if you guys know anything about what's happening in the world. It's terrible. I know. I knew you'd be shocked. I'm sorry. I could spray a little like something metallic on here, but then it won't have that cool look to go along with the gnomes that we made over the weekend. So I thought you can add one of your leftover fondant bits in. All right. So now we're completely ready to go. We've got 2 pieces of parchment. I'm going to do 2 of these, but I'm going to do them facing each other. All right. And I'm going to do both of mine in terracotta. Again, you could do yours in a light tan. You could do it in a medium brown. Just don't go too dark brown. We don't want it to look that rusted, right? If you don't want to use the terracotta to represent copper in the undercolor. I'm just trimming my bag off to the side. And what's great about this cookie, because we're taking the time to do this extra parchment technique, you can do a whole bunch of these ahead of time, do the parchment technique. And like, if you need a bunch of these for a wedding, I don't know, maybe a baby shower, you might want something like this for springtime. If they have an outdoorsy theme, like maybe this would go with a little mice theme. I don't think it really fits into graduation unless your graduate is going to some kind of agriculture, right? But you can do these ahead of time and you can freeze them. And because we're doing the parchment technique, we do not have to worry about letting separate sections dry. We can just get all of our icing down, put our parchment on, and get it right into the dehydrator. Now, I am giving it a nice amount of icing, but I don't want so much that it's going to run off the cookie. And let me get this flooded really quickly. Hopefully you guys aren't seeing shadows, because I'm over here like raising and lowering my left arm. It's much more comfortable when I'm able to look straight up. Now, also, guys, because of the parchment technique, we don't need to worry about creating that opening in the top of the watering can. We're just pretending we're looking at it from a direction where we wouldn't see that, where you would actually add the water. But if you're going to do this in flooded sections, flood the neck and the handles, let those set up, and then come back and flood the body, okay? And I wanted to tell you, thank you for all the texts and the messages through Facebook Messenger, checking on me the last few days. The first few days this happened, when I wasn't able to respond right away, I appreciate you all not freaking out on me. I got back to everybody as soon as I could, but I literally I could not turn my neck downward at all at that time without being in extreme pain. So I had to stay off my phone. Otherwise, I would get in a real bind. I just had to not be on my phone at all, which was, I do lots of stuff from my phone. So that in and of itself was hard. I'm not a person that thinks it doesn't exist if you don't post a photo, but I have managed over the years to try to get all of my stuff to one device, because I hate having to tote around a laptop and an iPad and a computer, having a computer handy, and then also having a phone. I've gotten pretty good about doing most of my things on my phone. So not being able to do that was a bit of a challenge, but I about have that worked out now. I've got my work area, everything's elevated at different areas now, so I can work looking, other than tutorials, I can work pretty much looking straight ahead. So my neck's not in a bind. And who was alive and had braces in the 80s? Who had that horrendous headgear? Do you guys remember that? Some kids had to wear it to school, some kids had to wear it to bed at night, but do you remember the headgear? Anybody? Hey, Sandra, how are you? Hi, Facebook users. Handle this. You're funny, Sally. Is that a handle joke in reference to the watering can? I'll admit my joke radar is a little bit off. Just a little bit. Yes. So I have to do this neck traction thing that hooks over a door. Like I tried this one called Dr. Bob's cervical traction, and it's this layered bands of rubber that pump up like you would pump up what am I trying to tell y'all? Like you would take your blood pressure, right? Has anybody had to start doing that yet? Okay. And you see what I'm doing? I have my crumpled parchment and I am just going over the, oops, it won't matter because I'm about to put parchment on there. I'm just gently putting some of this on top of all the areas, and the little areas that I want to look really different, I'm popping it down on there. So anyway, I have this thing I have to do for my neck, which is great. I'm glad I have it because it really is a lot of relief, but then you're stuck in a chair with with this thing on. But I couldn't use the first one they had me get because it tipped my head backwards, and apparently the pinched nerve I'm dealing with is in the back part of my neck, right? So tipping my head upward is painful. Like straight ahead is perfect, but tipping my head backward is super painful. So then I had to order another one that goes over the door. I'm not very good at being sick too. I should just go ahead and say that. I'm not good at being ill. I don't do that well. And I'm pretty impatient when I can't do the things that I want to do. So I've done my best to just chill and not get crazy, but it's not fun. So so far, guys, the chiropractor has helped me to where I can at least use my arm and I can be upright and I'm mobile and all of that. And I'll have x-rays soon. I'll have the x-rays soon. And then we'll figure it out from there. But then, obviously I'm going to have to do some physical therapy. Haven't tried acupuncture yet. That's down on the list. I'm not opposed to it. Just haven't had to do it yet. But then they found, not that neck traction thing. Yeah. So that's the one that you like hook up to your head and you put water in a bottle and you hang it and whatever. So that's my current situation, but it gives a lot of relief. But now they have something that's, I'm not sure who this is. Have you already told me that you're not coming? Do I already know? I'm not sure. Is this Judy? Judy? So we know that you won't be there. We're sad. We're going to miss you. It's going to be really fun. Yes. So, anyway, now I've got this other, and you guys see what I'm doing? I'm just laying it down. And in this case, you don't really have to worry about the air bubbles on this watering can because it's a watering can. And if it looks rusty or it looks like it has an air bubble, it's just going to look like it rusted through. So it's actually going to look a little more authentic. Now, I do want to make note really quickly, though, on both of these. I just want you to make sure you notice what I was actually doing. When I crumpled my parchment paper, let's pull this into frame here. I did the 3 separate pieces, separate from the body. I did that separately. So that they will each in their own area look right. And then the body needs to be one continuous piece there. So anyway, I found another contraption that you can do the neck traction while you're actually on the couch. It keeps your head looking straight forward, but it's I can have it on more. It's kind of like one of those airplane pillow deals, only it's stretching your neck. And that one I'm interested to try. The Amazon has been fantastic. That's supposed to arrive today, so we'll see what that one does. But I think just keeping my neck from moving and straight ahead is going to give me more time at the cookie table, which will be fine. I'll do what they tell me to do because I want to be well rested for the retreat. So having that glimmer of hope last night was wonderful. All right, so a little more crumpling. We're going to put this down. And if you're joining us late, just rewatch the video from the beginning to see why we chose this color and to see the pictures of the watering cans we're going to try to replicate tonight at our 7 p.m. I feel like I'll definitely be good for that because I'm not going to be driving or going anywhere. So I'm pretty sure that I can't, well, you know, it is me, so you never know, but I'm pretty sure I can't do anything else to myself today. I think I'll be okay. But please let me just put this information. So much better, Susan. I'm on the mend. I'm in a lot of pain. Like I just am not, I have a very high pain threshold. So when I tell you guys I'm in pain, I'm actually like in pain to the point of like, I have to really concentrate so that I'm not at the point of tears. You know what I'm saying? Like when it's that bad, like it just takes your breath away type thing. So as long as I don't let myself get elevated to that level again, I'm willing to go slow. All right. So guys, one more time before we sign off this morning. Today is the last day to reserve rooms. There's a post in the Cookie Snack Attack group with Tasha's direct number. She's our room coordinator for the resort. She's there until 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. Today's the last day to reserve rooms and get the discount, which is 40% off the resort rate. So definitely do that. And the link is now open on our webpage, which is seriouslysweetcupcakes.com, to buy both your registration. And if you can, please take care of those by tomorrow because I have to give as close to a final count as possible by Friday when I have my last meeting with the folks at the resort. And also meal tickets. If your spouse is coming along, there are 4 meals, one each day, primarily like brunch midday type meals, because 1 is breakfast and 3 are definitely lunch. But there are 4 meals included, one each day of the 4 days we're cooking so that we don't all have to leave and go somewhere to eat and come back. That way we stay together on a nice pace during those days. So the meal tickets are up for that. Please pay for those on a separate checkout ticket, and please put the person's name that the meal ticket is for as the shipping person's name. That would help tremendously in keeping track of everything. So the registration link is up to pay for registration and the link for extra meal tickets if you're bringing a traveling companion along. And those 4 meals they can take with us. And then any of the add-on activities outside of the general cookie sessions, they can participate in all of those as well. Anything that we're doing, if they want to go on the little hike with us or the stargazing, if they want to participate in the add-on activity that's for sale for the horseback riding, they can do that too. Okay, so I think that's everything. So get your rooms reserved. If you're on the fence and this is your deciding moment, come join us. It's going to be a great first retreat. I'm super excited to get up there and get recharged creatively and unplug from technology for a bit. I think it's going to be really fun. And let's see, that information to call Tasha is posted on the Cookie Snack Attack page. It's got her phone number. She's there till 3 today. Today's the cutoff for the discount for the rooms. And then registration is up on my webpage for the cookie event itself. And that is seriouslysweetcupcakes.com. And I will see you guys again at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to be popping these in the dehydrator and making sure they're good and dry for tonight. And then we're going to do some really fun techniques on the cookies. So I look forward to seeing you guys later. Thank you to everyone that checked up on me. I am alive. I'm just moving slow. Floral class will be posted this evening or tomorrow. Well, no, I can't post the floral class for sale until tomorrow on the 13th, because today I have to post the 3D garden cart. And if you were on earlier, I have to do that. The reason I have to do that and spread them out is because they locked my account yesterday because I was uploading too much. So the floral class will get posted tomorrow on 4/13, but it is actually, there's several breakout sessions at next week, Thursday, Friday night. There's breakout sessions where they'll be either pre-recorded or you can jump on live when I'm live. They're not a scheduled thing, to get prep work done. And then our class is actually next Saturday, the 23rd, 4 p.m. It'll be in a live Facebook stream. And then immediately when class ends at whatever time that is, we will jump over to a Zoom call for anybody that wants to go over to the unrecorded Zoom call to ask questions or just visit. Hey, Holly, how are you? All right, guys, I'm going to jump off. You have a fabulous afternoon, and I will be seeing you tonight at 7, I hope. Bye-bye.